Hey, my sweet babies, and happy Friday, my loves. So I had to come on here this morning because something happened this morning, and I want to share it with y'all, right?
This is Monique, man. I'm telling you.
Baby, he be saying it like I'm a problem.
Oh, you have been a problem.
Well, Steve, okay.
What was it? Let's go.
Let's go.
You started getting labeled as difficult.
Yes.
Why do you believe that happened? And do you see that changing, and why?
I got labeled as difficult. My husband and my husband is Sydney, who happens to be my manager. We got labeled as difficult because I said one word, and that was no. Now, I said no to some very powerful people. I said no to Oprah Winfrey. I said no to Tyler Perry. I said no to Lee Daniels. And I said no to Lionsgate. And the difficulty came in when people that look like me, like Oprah, Tyler, Lee Daniels, and I gotta put my brother Steve on the list. Y'all knew I was not wrong. Each one of you said to me, Monique, you're not wrong. And when I heard you go on the air and you said, my sister done burnt too many bridges, and there's nothing I can do for her now. Steve, do you know how hurt I was?
But Simone, now let me give you this. Because you and I had this conversation, I thought you went about it wrong. See, I felt that you had done yourself a disservice by the way you chose to go about it.
Tell me how I went about it.
I was cool with you, with your deal with Netflix. I was cool with you. The two problems that we had, number one, the boycott of Netflix,
Yes.
we never gave people a point of action. Okay, if we're going to boycott, are we going to not get subscriptions? Are we going to turn it off? Or are we going to go down there and get signs? The second point, what was coming to me was, this problem that you had in Netflix is rich people problems. Because they looking at us going, you talking about you didn't get millions. Well, you got this, you ought to be cool.
But when you say, Mo, it's the way you went about it. And I want to explain that, and I thank you for saying that. Inequality is devastating, and it's extreme. And when people said, Monique, do you think calling a boycott was extreme? You damn right. But isn't inequality extreme? So we've got to get to a place where we're unafraid to say it out loud.
Okay.
What I would have loved, what I would have appreciated from my brother was had you picked up the phone before you went on the air and said, Monique, you've burned too many bridges and there's nothing I can do. See, I would have appreciated had my brother called me up and said, baby, let's talk. Because you doing that was a part of me being difficult.
But not before that, though.
Yes, baby.
Remember the moment on stage?
Oh, yes.
See, now that
right was a
there.
wonderful moment.
No,
Steve.
it wasn't.
Oh,
Monique.
my goodness.
No, it wasn't.
That was one of those moments.
See, no, it wasn't.
That Richard Pryor whispered in my ear and said, say it. You say it.
Richard
because
Pryor did not
I'ma
tell you to say that.
Yes,
with
he
your
did.
crazy ass.
Oh, baby. Yes, he did.
I welcome you guys back on here. If you're new, consider subscribing, liking, and also leave a comment below this video. So according to the recent reports, the comedian and of course entertainment personality that is Monique has come out to actually criticize Steve Harvey and the entire black community, guys. According to Monique, she says these black entertainers are actually very weak, most especially the men, because they are very weak because they cannot control their families, they cannot manage their women to the point of a woman actually cheating on you and then you take her back. She was very critical of these modern day men, saying that they are so weak. They have a very weak personality, and personally I agree with what Monique said, because if a man cannot control his home, if such a man cannot control his home, he cannot actually control those who are surrounding him, most especially at work, even in the community. He was very critical of this whole Steve Harvey and the wife situation, saying that it's really embarrassing for the black men. Black men should wake up and actually behave like men. They held a get-together some time ago. I think that was February last year, and actually they had a heated exchange on the show. And then when this Marjorie incident comes in, then we are seeing Monique actually coming out saying that Steve Harvey is really not in control. She actually, via even her official Instagrams, she said this woman is a little bit bitter. She's not actually in line with what Steve Harvey is doing, in case allegedly she cheated on him. So it's really very confusing, and the whole drama continues, and we'll be bringing you more details about this whole story.